Hi, Sabrina. I'm glad you were able to join me today.
Hi, I'm glad I was able to come.
That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. So, just to recap, my name is Brittany Robertson, and I'm the school psychologist. And my job is to assess some of the concerns that your teachers have and to talk with you about some of the things that you are currently going through. The goal of meeting with me is to make sure that you're happy, safe, and promote a better learning environment so that you can be successful at school. In addition to that, I will be able to help you with any other resources that you might have need of outside of school. So, do you think it will be okay for us to continue working on these goals?
Yep, that would be great.
All right, so first I have to quickly review confidentiality with you. Anything that we talk about via Zoom or in person is 100% confidential. Anything that you disclose will be kept in confidence between you and me. I'm not allowed to talk about any of it with anybody else unless I have your permission. And even then, you have to assign a consent form agreeing for me to do so. With that being said, there are a couple of exceptions to that rule. If anything you disclose to me falls under the category of abuse or you disclose wanting to harm yourself or someone else, then I have a legal obligation to report those things. Does that still make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. So during our last session, we spoke about setting up a family session with your dad, and we spoke about looking into ways for you to feel connected with your mom, reaching out to your brother and letting him be a person that you can talk to openly. We talked about starting a grief group here at school that will allow you to meet other students going through similar situations as you. And lastly, we spoke about having my office as a safe place while you're here. So anytime you need to or re-energize yourself, you would be able. Were you able to work on any of those goals?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I actually spoke with your dad, and he has agreed to come in and do a family session together next week if you're still open to that idea.
Yes, I am. I think it will be good to talk to him here.
I agree. I think it will give you both a safe place that you can talk about your feelings together, and you express that your dad may not feel comfortable talking about your mom because he doesn't know what to say or that he will cause you to be sad or upset. So
Yes, he avoids talking about it, but I think you can help us talk to one another and help us understand our feelings. This might make it easier for us to start talking about my mom more when we're home too.
yeah, I agree. I think that's a great goal. By talking here, it will give you the skills that you need to talk at home and begin to rebuild that relationship with your dad.
Yeah, I think so. I'm a little nervous, but I know that this is a safe space, and so that will make it much easier.
Yeah, so we talked about you speaking more with your brother. Have you been able to talk to him since our last meeting?
Yes, and you were right. Jason has many of the same feelings that I do about losing our mom. Being able to talk to someone about my feelings and understand what I'm going through helped me so much. I think I will keep trying to talk to him. Who knows? Maybe it will help him too.
Yeah, I am so happy that talking with Jason helped you. I think you are right that talking with him will help the both of you, and that's exciting.
Yes, it was a big weight off my shoulders to know he feels the same way.
So we're going to change gears just a little bit. Were you able to attend the grief group that we set up for at school this week?
Yes, I was nervous, but I decided to try it out on Tuesday. I didn't talk a lot at first because I was afraid of what people would think about me. But after hearing some of the other talk, I did talk a little bit more about my mom.
It's perfectly understandable to be nervous talking about your mom, but I am glad that you did get a chance to finally talk. Did you enjoy the group?
I didn't at first, but I realized there was a lot of kids at our school who have the same problems. Some of them talked about it. Some made me feel like I could too. I think that I'm going to keep going every week. Who knows? Maybe I could even make some new friends too.
I'm so happy to hear that you like the group and you plan to go back. I think you're right. It could really help you, and you will be able to form some new relationships with people that understand what you're going through. And the more you talk about your mom, the easier it will get. And I believe it will help you so much.
I think so too.
So, we also talked about ways for you to feel close and connected with your mom. Did you start working on a journal since our last session?
Yeah, I started writing in a notebook every day.
Do you feel like writing in the journal has helped you?
I thought it was a little weird at first, to be honest, but after a few times of writing, I really started to enjoy it. I feel like my mom was there in a way.
I'm so happy that you got to feel connected with your mom. I think you're making great steps toward your goals.
Thank you.
So, how have you been feeling regarding your classes here at school? Have you still been feeling overwhelmed?
I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
That's great. What do you think helped you the most?
Well, I think it helped that I could come to your office when I was feeling overwhelmed, but I also think just starting to talk more about my mom has helped too.
So, why do you think talking about your mom has helped you?
I was scared to talk about my feelings, and I always kept everything to myself. So I always felt the weight of the world was on me. Now that I've been able to talk some, I feel the same. I feel that some of that weight has gone away.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that things that we have set in place in some of your goals that they have been helping you.
Me too. I'm starting to feel more like myself again.
Yeah, you are definitely making some positive changes, and that's great. Your teachers have said you're doing better about coming to classes. However, they said they were still concerned about your grades. What do you think are some ideas that we could do to help you improve in this area?
I don't know. Maybe some tutoring?
Yeah, that sounds like a great option. I could speak with your teachers about setting up some tutoring sessions with you if that would be okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, unfortunately, we are starting to run out of time for this session. So, I'm going to quickly recap what we talked about today. We have set up the family session with your dad for this week. You're going to continue to talk with Jason and attend the school grief group sessions. And you're also going to continue to journal so that you can feel connected with your mom. And then finally, we talked about setting up some tutoring sessions to help you with your grades. Does all of this still sound good?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I will plan to meet with you next week on Wednesday for your family session with your dad, and then we will meet alone again on Thursday, if that's okay with you.
That sounds great.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad that everything is starting to get better for you.
Thanks. See you then.
All
Bye.
right, bye.